When she faces the grueling years of study, the exhausting rotations, the moments when she questions her ability to continue, her definite purpose whispers a truth that sustains her. This is not what you're trying to become. Or think of the entrepreneur who sees with crystal clarity the business empire he's destined to build. He doesn't just hope to succeed. He knows that success is inevitable because he has aligned every fiber of his being with his definite purpose. When investors reject his proposals, when competitors try to crush his dreams, when cash flow threatens to choke the life from his vision, he draws strength from an unshakable knowing. His purpose is not dependent on their approval, their cooperation, or their understanding. This is what happens when you stop asking the universe to give you what you want and start demanding that reality conform to who you truly are. Your definite purpose becomes the non-negotiable core around which everything else must arrange itself. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the architect of your destiny. But here's where most people fail. They try to choose their purpose based on what seems practical, profitable, or socially acceptable. They look at market trends, family expectations, or cultural norms, and they try to squeeze their soul into a shape that fits someone else's definition of success. This is like trying to force the sun to rise in the west. It violates the natural order and creates nothing but frustration. Your true definite purpose isn't something you select from a menu of options. It's something you discover by peeling away the layers of conditioning, expectation, and fear that have obscured your authentic nature. It's already there, waiting for you to have the courage to claim it. Steve Jobs understood this when he returned to Apple in 19... The company was on the brink of bankruptcy, abandoned by consumers, written off by analysts. But Jobs didn't see a failing business. He saw the unrealized potential of his definite purpose. He didn't just want to sell computers. He was destined to revolutionize how humans interact with technology. His purpose was so definite that it transformed not just Apple, but the entire trajectory of human innovation. Within 14 years, Apple became the most valuable company on earth. But here's what most people miss about that transformation. It wasn't luck, market timing, or even superior products that created that miracle. It was the unstoppable force of a man whose definite purpose had become so integrated into his being that every decision, every innovation, every moment of his leadership was an expression of that deeper truth. When your purpose becomes that definite, when it transforms from something you do into something you are, you tap into a source of power that most people never even know exists. You stop working for success and start allowing success to flow through you. You stop chasing opportunities and start attracting them. You stop trying to convince others of your value and start embodying it so completely that it becomes undeniable. This is where the rubber meets the road, where philosophical understanding transforms into practical power, because knowing your definite purpose is only the beginning. The magic happens when you begin to organize every aspect of your life around that purpose, when you make it the lens through which you view every decision, every relationship, every moment of your existence. Think of your mind as the most sophisticated computer ever created, capable of processing millions of pieces of information every second. But like any computer, your mind can only deliver results based on the programming you provide. When your programming is unclear, when your purpose is vague or constantly changing, your mind produces vague and constantly changing results. But when you program your mind with a definite purpose, when you give it crystal clear instructions about what you're committed to creating, it becomes an unstoppable force of focused intelligence. This is why the most successful people in history have been obsessive about clarity. They don't just have goals, they have vivid, detailed, emotionally charged visions of their desired outcomes that they review, refine, and recommit to every single day. They understand that the subconscious mind works tirelessly to create whatever reality you consistently focus upon, but it needs specificity to work with. Oprah Winfrey knew this when she was still a local news anchor in Baltimore, facing discrimination and setbacks that would have broken most people's spirit. But in the quiet moments before sleep each night, she would visualize herself not just as a successful broadcaster, but as a force for positive transformation in the world.